Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mano back here with the vendor reset for August 1st, 2017. Let's go through all of the top roles for this week, especially because it's Iron Banner. You're going to want to be looking out for those PvP roles. This week, of course, we always start with the Palindrome. The Palindrome has a medium roll. It's got reactive reload, which is good, along with rifled barrel, so you get a nice boost to range, along with triple tap and spray and play with high caliber rounds as the secondary perk here, with True Sight IS, Fast Draw IS, and Quick Draw IS. Not a bad roll, but not great. In addition, really, the Event Horizon is actually pretty powerful. It has Snapshot, which is nice. I'm not a fan of Take a Knee, but it does have life support, so life support and Snapshot together. It does also have explosive rounds and Army of One, but it has Long View SLR-10 as a scope. It also has Eagle Eye SLR-20 and Wild Hawk SLS-20. I know that some people have talked about some of the Wild Hawk scopes being pretty good, but I'm a fan of the Long View scope if I don't have short gaze, so that is my other good roll over here at the Crucible Quartermaster. Everything else this week is very much not a good roll in my opinions this week. Anton's rule isn't bad. It has hand loaded, but it doesn't have a rangefinder in this slot here, so I would say pass on that. Let's go over to the other vendors and take a look at them. All right, we're here at the Vanguard Quartermaster. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at his gear. Today, we have a decent roll on the Continental. It has Hidden Hand along with Perfect Balance, which gives it a nice boost to stability. It also has Rifled Barrel, so you do have a choice between the range and the stability, although it does affect the reload speed if you do choose Rifled Barrel. Spray and Play, close and or personal, but I would say Spray and Play, one of these two perks, and then Hidden Hand are good perks there. MD Reflex, Quick Draw IS, and OEG Rifle Scope. Pretty strong overall. A very nice roll over there. Other than that, if you like fusion rifles, this might be a good week for you. I usually skip fusion rifles, but there are some people who do enjoy using fusion rifles, and there's two really good fusion rifles in the mix this week. We've got the X Asterisk this week with MD Reflex, Red Dot ORA2, OEG, plus Battle Runner, Icarus, Braced Frame, which is really nice. That stability is almost maxed out. Enhanced Battery, if you want to increase your magazine size, and then Rangefinder, which is pretty solid on a fusion rifle. In addition, going on over here to the Teacup Tempest, this is going to be the sidearm you're going to want to pick up this week because it has crowd control, plus it has rangefinder. It also has lightweight, which I might use instead of fitted stock, but that is based upon what you'd want. It does have relentless tracker, but crowd control is much better than that. It has True Sight IS, Fast Draw IS, and Quick Draw IS. Looking on the other weapons, there really isn't anything else here that I would really recommend. If you do need something for running into the Nightfall this week, there is Solar Burn, so any of these heavy weapons here are going to be good choices for you. So that's pretty much it at the Vanguard Quartermaster. Going on now over to Dead Orbit. Not as many things at Dead Orbit as there usually is. Usually there's like 3 or 4 really solid guns this week, but honestly, there really isn't that much here. This does have crowd control on the Extremophile and Hidden Hand, Flared Magwell, but there's no boost to stability or significantly to range, so I might skip that one this week. So I'm going to skip that one. That's one I usually always like to look at. The Keystone is not very good this week. Again, this is the other fusion rifle that is striking my interest. We've got MD Reflex, Red Dot ORA with OEG, plus accelerated coils, lightweight, small bore, so you have a nice boost to range and stability there, knee pads, as well as rangefinder. So that's pretty strong on a fusion rifle if you do enjoy using that kind of thing. Unto Dust is okay this week. Nothing great, but nothing bad about it either. It's got Warhead Veneers, Soft Launch, Hard Launch, Flared Magwell, Quick Draw, Perfect Balance, Third Eye, and Tracking. Third Eye is actually not terrible on a rocket launcher. Stability, though, is pretty much worthless. So that's everything that Dead Orbit has over here. Checking over at Future Workhult. So she's got 4 more weeks while she can hang out up here until Gary destroys everything up here in Future Workhult. So let's see what we have in store for the God rolls. We have a Whale Hand Cannon, which has got a nice boost to range, but honestly, without rifled barrel or anything else like that, I would say pass on that. In addition, let's go ahead and take a look, as always, as we do, at the Wormwood. I always like to take a look at that. It's okay this week. It's got hand loaded, so you have a little tiny sliver boost to range. Hidden Hand, high caliber rounds, quick draw, and Zen Moment. You're going to lose your battles to anyone who's got rangefinder in this slot, but if you need a sidearm, this is one to pick up. Steady Hand, IS, Sure Shot, IS, and quick draw. I always like to look at the Waltz too because it's not a bad archetype. We've got Red Dot ORA 2, Sure Shot IS, OEG Rifle Scope, high caliber rounds, perfect balance, and Head Seeker. So these 3 perks together are going to work actually pretty well. Secret Round and Hipfire are ones you're going to want to pass. So not bad. Again, not amazing either. And again, it looks like all the scout rifles this week are pretty bad. Everything has something like Zen Moment or, you know, nothing super strong for PvE or PvP. So New Monarchy, let's go ahead and talk about what is good over there. Of course, the archetype of weapons is not very good when we talk about New Monarchy. So we want to go take a look at that. And while we're doing that, let's talk about the Tier 12 gear, the 100% rolls. Pretty much not a whole lot of things to go talk about this week. We do have a couple of 98% rolls over the Crucible Handler. We've got a Warlock Gauntlet that you can check out, which is a pretty nice roll, as well as a good Ghost. Again, I talked earlier in my first reset video, my weekly reset video, about the Memory of Silumar is 109%, so that's very strong. The Speaker has a lot of 96% roll items. We've got a Hunter Cloak. Excuse me, we have a Defense Titan Mark. My bad, that was last week's. We have a Voidwalker Bond. We have a Sunslinger's Bond, which is really strong, as well as the Gunslinger's Bond. Those are all actually 96% rolls, so pretty strong. Everything else this week is not very good when it comes to that. So pretty much a good week to skip out on any Tier 12 armor. Just pick up some guns if you want to check that out. We've only got 35 days, so we don't have that much more time. Okay, I'm going to take a look at the Impeacher, which is one of the few things I like to look at. And honestly, it doesn't have anything that is any better than the other sidearms. This week, we've got Steady Hand IS, Sure Shot IS, Quick Draw, High Caliber Rounds, Lightweight, Hand-Loaded, Cascade, and Hot Swap. Hot Swap plus these perks here might be okay, but just the fact that it's just got such a low range stat just makes it tough to think that that would be something that would go against a top-tier Wormwood or anything else like that. And unfortunately, really nothing else this week in terms of weapons from New Monarchy. So, sorry there isn't more God rolls this week. Again, I'll be coming out with more Destiny 2 content this week once my internet gets fixed. Some of you may have noticed that my reset video and this video are coming out later than they usually do, but it's because we've been having some internet issues, which hopefully should be resolved a little bit later today. So hopefully that gets taken care of, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed this content. And if you did, positive rating is greatly appreciated. Hit that subscribe button for more Destiny 2 content. If you didn't like something in this video, you probably know where that button is too, but feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to see different as we start to go forward. Again, 35 days, guys, so I will see you next time in the universe of Destiny.